Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie. I'm Georgia Clemson, and we have a great show for you today. You know, February has lots of great events and special occasions, and one of them, a very important one, is Black History Month. So we welcome the president of the NAACP of Grand Prairie, Miss Angela Lucky. Welcome.
Thank you, Councilwoman Georgia Clemson. I'm just so delighted and happy to be here on your show today and to talk about Black history.
Yes, what a great month and what a great opportunity. And you've been here before, so I know you know the ropes here in the studio, but it is a new studio. I hope you like it.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I mean, I like the lighting, the studio just looked fantastic.
Well, thank you. Now, Angela, I know our viewers want to know what is planned for Black History Month here in Grand Prairie.
Well, we're excited. The Grand Prairie NAACP, we do have a calendar of events that's planned. One of them that I'm excited about is the Ancestry DNA. We're calling the Camp Day, where you can actually come out to the Grand Prairie Library over at the Betty Warmack Library, and you can get on the computer with us and you can search and do your DNA. And after that, we will be having a lunch to be able to explore and talk with each other about their DNA and see how the families connect here in Grand Prairie. So that's one of the events that we have planned. We also have a family night of African American history that's significant to Grand Prairie, where individuals have created their own Monopoly games. So we will have those board games over at the Chamber on Wednesday, February the 21st. That would be there. And that starts at 7 o'clock p.m. It's absolutely free. We're encouraging families to bring their children out just to learn about the historical information of Black history, of Black families rooted here in Grand Prairie, Texas.
That is exciting. And Angela, is everybody welcome to that?
Oh, most definitely. It's free to the public. And if you have a board game and if you have some information, we're encouraging you to bring your information out as well, while we can, have additional information to record a part of our history.
And that will be at the Chamber of Commerce building here in Grand Prairie?
Yes.
That is great. That sounds like so much fun. A fun way to learn about history.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that is great. Now, what else do you have planned for us?
And also with our Grand Prairie Historical building, we have been working hand on hand with them with getting historical markers. You know that Antioch Life Park Cemetery, we were able to get the marker there. So officially it's now a historical cemetery. And so we will be doing a event that we're calling Grandmas of Grand Prairie. And so Grandmas of Grand Prairie, it is a diverse group, and we want all the grandmothers to come out to be able to talk about grandma stories. And we're doing it from the perspective of history. We want to know and share the information that was passed down to us from our grandmothers. And so I'm excited about that. And that's going to be over at the historical building, Grand Prairie Historical Building.
That's great. And they're working with you on that?
Yes. Stephanie Marino.
Yes.
I've been in contact with her about other historical information, and I would be pulling her in the project as well. But she has been so helpful to our organization with even researching and obtaining African American history.
Yes, she's a great historian, along
Yes.
with the others out there
Yes.
at the museum, and we appreciate them so much.
Yes.
And you really caught my attention with the library when you talked about the ancestry and the DNA. Tell me a little bit more about that event.
Okay, so that event right there, as you know, the city of Grand Prairie do not charge you to get on Ancestry. Ancestry is a service that many have to pay for. At the library, that service is actually provided free to the public. During COVID, The city actually allowed the citizens to continue to be able to do their research in their homes because they were giving out the password to allow you to continue your research. So with that event, you're able to come on. It's absolutely free. All of our computers you get on Ancestry, and we're able to actually guide you along. You're able to print your findings as well. One thing about the Ancestry, maybe you were looking for a death certificate, or you was looking for military record. You was looking for something that was significant about your family that you don't have. You can get on Ancestry and you'd be surprised all the historical data and pictures of loved ones and family members that you may not have that you'll be able to print that day.
I think that's very significant. You know, before it was digitized, I remember my mother had files and files and files, and people had to research and go to the courthouse and dig all those things up. But now it's available to us, and I'm so glad you told me. I always want to join that, but I don't want to pay a monthly fee.
Yes, it's free. And again, like with your mother, our late Ruthie Jackson, our former Mayor Pro Tem, Ruthie Jackson, that served Grand Prairie for a long time, that was a historian. And when it came to this particular month, African American Month, Black History Month, she was very excited, and she was instrumental in starting the Grand Prairie South Dalworth Historic Society. She actually presented a $500 personal check, and she was so happy to get that up and going, along with Miss Sally Moore, just the name, to mention. But that organization was formed with the leadership of your mother.
And it's still in existence,
And it's still
isn't it?
existing. Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, that is exciting, Angela. And I know you have something a little further out
Yes.
in June. What's coming up?
Well, I'm going to talk about March. On March the 11th,
Oh, yes.
March the 11th, from 6 to 8 p.m. over at Prairie Lakes Golf Course, we will be having a mixer at Crown's Barbecue. And the mixer, again, is open to the public. It's a networking mixer to allow business. It's really Pacific catered toward business owners. And so this event will be a networking for business owners of Grand Prairie. So many businesses go up every day, and if we're not out and about, we don't know about them. So we're allowing them to come out to the mixer and share their information about their business. So again, that's on a Monday. It's March the 11th, and it's from 6 to 8 at Prairie Lakes Golf Course inside of the Crown's Barbecue.
And it's going to be delicious.
Oh, yes, it's going to be delicious.
Crown's is always fabulous.
Yes, I grew up eating Crown's Barbecue
Yes.
over in Dalworth.
Well, let's wrap it up with talking about, we have
June.
the June.
Yes.
Let's talk about June.
Okay, June. On June 14th, we have a Juneteenth Memorial Celebrity Scholarship Golf Tournament in the memory of Charlie Taylor. And that's on the 14th. We're going to tee off at 7:30 that morning. I'm working with Bert Walker on this event. And again, Councilman Kurt Johnson is a big avid golfer. And so he's one of the people that's helping us also put this event together. But we're excited because with the Memorial Scholarship in the memory of Charlie Taylor, when Mr. Taylor was alive, he would come back to Grand Prairie and he would attend all the golf tournaments because he was excited to come home. And of course, he's my cousin. He was excited to come home and actually be there to be able to help many children with raising scholarship dollars for Grand Prairie students.
I love that you're reviving that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is so cool because Charlie Taylor was a big deal and still is. His memory is, and I love playing pickleball at Charlie Taylor Rec Center.
Yes.
But that will be so nice that you're reviving that and be another way to honor him.
Yes, and I want to mention too, our late former Mayor Pro Tem Ruthie Jackson. When we first started our Charlie Taylor golf tournament, she was there. She did not miss a golf tournament. She was there. She did the proclamation to Mr. Charlie Taylor, and we're just excited. We just want to bring that that fun time, that fun moment back.
Yes, and I hope I'll get invited too because I'd
Oh,
love
most
to be
definitely you
there.
will be there. You can actually bring the proclamation.
But you know what? I looked for photos of him with Mother, and I really didn't ever run across any, but I haven't gone through all of her photos because she had many. But I'm glad you reminded us of that memory.
Yes, and matter of fact, when we air off, I'm going to email you the video with your mom presenting live and speaking at the Charlie Taylor golf tournament at Prairie Lakes. So I actually have a YouTube video that I'm going to send to you, so you can screenshot all the photos
Oh,
from
that's
that
good.
and be able to hear her in action talking about the golf tournament and presenting that proclamation to Charlie Taylor.
Yes, what great memories.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
And Angela, we're going to wrap up just telling us we've gotten all the NAACP projects and things that are happening, but tell us just briefly your history here in Grand Prairie and in the Dalworth community especially.
The Dalworth community is my home. I grew up in Dalworth. Many people think, like, where does she come from? Well, I'm straight out of Grand Prairie. I grew up in Dalworth. My parents, Charles and Shirley Harrison, they grew up here in the Dalworth community. My mom was actually from Buffalo, Texas, but Dalworth is my dad's hometown. His father, Leroy Perry, he was here before going to California. So he was here. My great-grandmother, Iola Reed, we call her Auntie.
Yes.
She have a lot of history here in Grand Prairie. They was here, and I'm talking about my family was actually here in the late 1800s. So when Grand Prairie had got incorporated, my family member was actually already here before the town became formed, Grand Prairie. My native family was spread out from here to Grapevine and just have like a rich history. I graduated from South Grand Prairie. While attending South Grand Prairie, I was on the Cheyenne and also ran track, went to the Junior Olympics, ran in the Olympics. Just have a lot of great memories here in Grand Prairie. And some of my teachers and principal, the late David Daniels was my principal when I attended Dalworth Elementary in the first grade. And Sally Moore was there when I was over at Head Start from 3 to 5 years old. Our director was John Harris.
I'm glad you mentioned him.
Yes.
He was important in your life, wasn't
Almost
he?
definitely he was. And he stayed with the Greater Head Start centers for over 44 years. And this spring, they will be naming the Grand Prairie Head Start, the John Harris Head Start. So that has been approved by the council and also by the board of the Dallas Greater Head Start. So I'm excited that that is taking place. My sisters, I have 3 sisters, Sharon, I have 2 sisters, Sharon and Carol, and 1 brother, Reginald. And I'm a grandmother. I have 4 grandchildren now. I had to remember 4 grandchildren, Ariel, Kyair, Zion, and Stephen III.
Yes.
And I'm a mother of 3. But I love Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie is my home.
I know you do, and we're glad you're here and doing great things for Grand Prairie. And we didn't mention that you're also on the park board now.
I am.
And I know they love having you on that and that you contribute many good things to our city through many ways. And we need to wrap up. We could talk for the rest of the day.
Yes, and
couldn't we?
before you wrap up, I forgot to mention when I was mentioning my dad, through the DNA ancestry that I've been doing at Grand Prairie, I was able to find his 93-year-old sister, and she is still living, and she lives in California. So my dad was able to actually talk to his sister. Her birthday's on, I believe, February the 2nd, and they're going to do a Zoom for her birthday. So he will get to see his sister. So I'm really excited about the DNA and the fact that Grand Prairie have resources available for us.
Yes, we're so thankful for the library and all the resources that we have in our city. And thank you again, Angela, for being here. And I know your dad has been ill, so we send our best and our love to him as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And we'll be right back.
Grand Prairie is changing the schedule for garbage and recycling pickups. Starting October 2nd, garbage pickups north of Warrior Trail will be on Tuesday and Friday. Garbage pickups south of Warrior Trail will be on Monday and Thursday. And recycling pickups will change to Wednesday for the entire city. For more information about the new pickup schedule, visit gptx.org.
Welcome back, and welcome to our next two guests. We love having these beautiful ladies here today. We have Alina Harris, who is our volunteer coordinator for the City of Grand Prairie, and Sarah Dudulick. And Sarah, what is your actual title?
My actual title is tourism manager, but of course I wear a few little hats.
Yes, a few hats for sure. But we're so glad to have both of you here today. And Alina, we know that you have something really big coming on the horizon. Tell us about it.
We do. We have the big event. It's that time of the year when we're getting ready again for the big event, which is going to take place in March 23rd. We're very excited. We already have a lot of volunteers signing up, which is excellent because we just opened the portal.
Yes.
Not too long ago. We already start having jobs also requested by our residents, which is of course a very good thing. Mm-hmm. So the big event is one-day event, citywide event. It's a community service event that's just pretty much neighbors helping neighbors. We gather volunteers that are helping residents in need for some spring cleaning around the house. It's just going to be really around the house, not inside.
Right.
And we're not using power tools. It's just going to be yard cleaning, replanting, taking care of fences, whatever residents need.
Right. And sometimes people really want to do that themselves, but they're just not able to physically. They either have health issues or they're elderly or just have not been able to do that. So it gives them an opportunity to have someone in just to give them that little extra help.
Absolutely. Our goal is to get 1,000 volunteers and to complete 100 jobs. We actually did a lot more. Last year we got 1,643 volunteers and we completed 110 jobs. And we collected 63 tons of trash.
That is amazing.
That is amazing.
Now that really is a big event, and it really does take a huge team doing that.
Oh, it is. It is a huge team. It's a lot of effort put from everybody, but everybody loves it and enjoys it. It's just, you cannot participate in this.
Right, it's very rewarding I like being able to go in and you see a mess, and then you spend some time and effort and energy with the team, and then you look at it and you say, oh, that looks so much better. And to know that you've helped somebody.
Exactly, and the smiles that you leave behind,
yes,
that's rewarding.
That makes it very exciting. And Sarah, we've done this for several years, haven't we?
We have. This is our 7th year of hosting the big event in Grand Prairie. Because of you and Texas A&M, your grandson attended there. That's where the idea came from. And so, yeah, in 2018 was our first. And kind of just some fun facts that we were kind of talking about earlier. So the 7th year, so we've hosted more than 10,000 volunteers in the 6 years that we've had this, plus have hauled away more than 400 tons of trash. That's a lot. Big impact, big event.
It is, and it's amazing. And I know you have, we have sponsors that help us with the cost because the city does not pay for this.
Right. This is a totally sponsored, funded event, which is really great. I mean, it really gives our businesses and things an opportunity to give back to, unity in the community is kind of our whole little tagline that we use for it. And, we're so grateful to have Republic Services. They play a huge part in hauling away that 63 tons or whatever it's going to be this year. And then also Asia Times Square is one of our sponsors, Frost Bank, just to name a few. We make sure that we give lots of recognition to the sponsors that help fund this event on the website. And of course, we're always looking for more sponsors because as you can imagine, it takes a lot of trash bags for 1,000+ volunteers, and a lot of pairs of gloves, and a lot of supplies and things that we have to make sure that we equip all of our volunteers with the tools that they need to get the job done.
And Alina, how do we get signed up for this?
It's actually very easy. Like I mentioned, the portal is open right now. You can go to the city website. You can just check for big event, and it's going to take you to the page. So gptx.org/thebigevent, and you can just click whatever you have. You have options. You can either sign in as a volunteer with a group of volunteers, or individual if you want to. We can also, or you can go in and request a job, or you can go in and just participate as a sponsor.
Yes, so we have lots of good options, and it's really more fun to come in with a group, isn't it? Like a church group, or with the Rotary, or with maybe one of your organizations, or a family, like a big family group. That would be fun. And do you have people that do that?
Yes, we already start having quite a few groups sign in. So we're excited. We have individuals already sign in, but we have groups like from schools or especially churches and a lot of businesses in town.
And can you remember any of our other sponsors? I think Gateway Church is a sponsor.
Gateway Church is always a sponsor, and it's a lot of help. Calvary Church as well. First Baptist Church always are there for us. And quite a few.
Yeah.
We really appreciate our churches. They're always looking for ways to make a difference and to serve. And I think it's so neat that they sign up as a group and get big groups together to do this.
Always. And not to mention also city employees. They're
Yes.
always there. They're always helping. They're just a big part of it as well.
Yes, and you have a great committee that helps
We
to
do.
put this together, right?
We do.
Yes, and we appreciate that so much. Well, what are you looking forward to the most about this year, Sarah?
Oh my goodness! One of the big sponsors that they don't necessarily sponsor, but they certainly in-kind sponsor, and that's Dallas County Roads and Bridges.
Oh yes.
Every year, that team just comes in and does some of the bigger jobs for us and just knocks those out. They've got the equipment, they've got the expertise to be able to do some of those bigger jobs, and it may or may not even happen on March 23rd. But Dallas Roads and Bridges, they're just such a great partner with us. And something I was going to mention to our volunteer groups, if you're a church or something and you want to sign up your team, but maybe you already have a job that you want to do that day, then on the portal it gives you that option. So either we can match you with the job, or if you already have somebody in mind that you want to help, clean up their yard, or maybe it's somebody in your congregation or whatever, you can tell us that when you sign up, and then that way we're not matching you. You're already bringing your volunteer group and your job that you're going to complete that day.
Yes, I love that when somebody signs up and they have their own group and their own job, maybe, as you said, within their church congregation or something, they know somebody. They know personally people that need help, so that's great.
Yes, yes.
Now, what else do we need to know about this, Alina? Are we pretty...
Sponsors.
Sponsors.
We need sponsors.
We
yes.
definitely need sponsors.
Definitely.
We definitely need sponsors.
Always need some more, because as Sarah said, the trash bags, the gloves, and the various things that are used for this project cost us money. So that would be great. And if somebody just doesn't have a computer and they want to get involved, how would they get involved?
They can always call us, and we can help them register. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, and we have an email address that's bigevent@gptx.org. Also on the website, when you go to gptx/bigevent or gptx.org/bigevent, Alina's direct number's on there. So you can reach out to her directly.
Yes. And you'll take care of them, won't you?
I sure will.
Of course you
Absolutely.
will.
That's why we're here.
That's right.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
now you get to work with a great guy too, Mr. Chip.
Yes.
Tell us a little about him. What is his title?
His title is Downtown Manager.
Yes.
And he's also in our team is the Downtown Coordinator, Cameron Thompson, which we all have a good team, the fun team of downtown.
Yes.
Like Sarah said, there's just more hats.
That's right.
in everybody's hat. And they're looking actually to bring a lot of interesting things downtown. So keep watching.
Yes, that'll be
And
fun.
Yes, there are a lot of surprises coming.
Right. And we're looking forward now, the next big event, March 23rd.
March 23rd.
And what's the latest date that they can sign up?
The deadline is March 1st. So be sure, please, everything is in by March 1st so we can have time to match the volunteers with the jobs that they were requested.
Right. So if our viewers have a neighbor or something that might need a little bit of help, they can point them in the direction of the big event.
Absolutely.
I'm
We're
so
glad to help.
excited about that, and you all do such a fabulous job with this, and I know it's a lot of work, but it is rewarding, and it keeps Grand Prairie beautiful.
Yes, very much so.
Yes.
I know Big Event has, won some awards with Grand Prairie Beautiful, and so it really
Yes.
is very impactful for our residents.
It is wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to our March 23rd date.
Thank you for having us, and we'll see you there.
Yes. And thank you all for joining us today. I'm Georgia Clemson, reminding you that it's happening in Grand Prairie.